Hey guys, welcome back to Carey Digital. If it's your first time here, welcome. If it's your second time, third time, fourth time, or you're a frequent watcher, big up yourself and thanks for the support. Guys, Carey Digital is for my career-oriented persons, my side hustlers and entrepreneurs who want to learn how to create, connect, and earn in the digital space. So if you really want to learn how to level up in the digital space, this channel is definitely for you and you want to subscribe and check out some of my other videos. Now, in today's video, I'll be talking about time management for side hustlers. So if you're a side hustler or you're thinking about side hustling or you're an entrepreneur, full-time entrepreneur, this video is definitely for you. I'm talking about this topic because I've pretty much failed at this, and I've also learned a great amount of lesson about time management, right? Especially as a side hustler. And I just wanted to share some tips that can help you to improve your side hustle, especially as a newbie or just a long time person in the whole side hustling game. And yeah, let's talk. So to be very honest with you guys, my side hustle has many times been very trash. When I say trash, like I've gotten poor customer reviews, I've failed to meet expectations, I've not set realistic goals, that kind of thing. When I talk about being very bad at time management, I've been there and I've not been the best at it. I have improved, but I'm still working on it. So I'm like a work in progress, if you want to put it like that. And as I said earlier, I want to share what I failed at and what I've learned pretty much from just being not the best at time management. So I want to share 4 tips to help you in terms of time management. And my first tip that I had to learn very quickly was to prioritize. When it comes to side hustling, it can be very fun, right? Because not only are you diversifying your skills, but you're making extra bread, like you make extra money, right? And it feels good to know you're making extra money, especially from skills and things that you're really good at. And so when you take on a side hustle, you want to ensure that you know how to prioritize. You have to know your 9 to 5 time different from your side hustle time. And I'm going to be talking about scheduling in a few minutes. All right, or should I say minutes, but in a few, right? So you need to prioritize. You want to ensure that you're doing very well at your 9 to 5, like exceptionally well. Like your boss is supposed to think, say, you have something on the side where affect for them thing, right? So you need to prioritize. You need to give your everything to your 9 to 5 job. And key to note, do not do your side hustle on the people them 9 to 5. Know the difference, right? Differentiate, and as I said, prioritize. Which one comes first? Which one is bringing in the most bread? Naturally, it's a 9 to 5 that's bringing in the most bread. And if it's bringing in most of the bread, you need to ensure you're giving that majority of your time. And then you ensure on working on putting some of that extra time that you have in your side hustle to earn that extra income. Sounds good? Yeah. My other tip would be very realistic with your expectations, and also be very realistic in terms of your goals. Now listen, this is where I failed and my side hustle literally became trash because I did not have realistic goals and I did not have very realistic or set clear expectations. So here's the thing, if you have been watching my videos, and if you haven't, you need to check out my video on how to make money online. I'll link it here, where I talk about the platform that I utilize for my side hustle, which is Fiverr. So Fiverr is the #1 platform that I utilize to carry out my side hustles. Pretty good platform. And how it works is that as a side hustler, as a creator, what you do, you create your gigs on the platform, and then clients would come, or you'd call them buyers, would come on the platform and order a gig that they want. So based on those gigs you have created, then you would give your customers an indication of the turnaround time. And so normally if you're setting a turnaround time, you need to be very clear if your 9 to 5 is going to affect your turnaround time, or if you really have the time to undertake it based on the complexity of the project. What happened for me sometimes in the past is because I have a very demanding job, sometimes I would set deadlines that were too short, or turnaround times, I should say, that were too short. And my 9 to 5, which of course is priority, ended up affecting my turnaround time. Think about it like if you have a period in your job where it's very demanding, you have a big project that you're working on, and you're really trying to juggle the two. I was literally trying to juggle the two with very tight deadlines and literally disappointed some of my clients, right? So think about me reaching out to a client saying, hey, or they reach out to me and I said, hey, I can give you your project within 4 days. And then when it reached 3 days, I'm like, oh my gosh, I really can't deliver this in 3 days because again, my 9 to 5 job is demanding more of my time, and then I have to ask for extension. Of course, as a client, I've been on that side as well. You really don't want to hear that, and it can be very disappointing, and it affected my reviews and just some of my results generally. And so I want, in terms of that mistake that I've made, I've learned to know to say, hey, I can't take on this project, or I can't take on this project. And guys, it's really, as I said, it's very at a learning lesson for me. It sometimes it's really good to know you're getting all of these gigs and the money is good and everything, but if you literally can't do the work, don't take it, because what will end up happening is that you're really affecting a reputation. In Jamaican words, would I say, yeah, mash up your reputation. And I have literally mashed up I wouldn't say mash up my reputation, but it has affected my, as I said, my reviews and my results at the end of the day. And sometimes you lose a very good client because you don't meet the expectations that you have set out initially. So this is a very big one, and I want you to take note of it. So if you're starting out as a side hustler, be very clear on that. A big part of time management I've found is being disciplined and being consistent, right? And as I said, I'm going to talk about schedule in a bit, because that was also another thing where I really failed at, in a sense, when it comes to side hustling. So yes, guys, be very clear in terms of expectations, set realistic goals. If you know you can't take on that project, do not take it on. If you know you can take it on, but you are willing to outsource, or you're willing to ask for help and delegate, then go for it. But if you know you don't have the resources to do that, leave it alone. Let the people them job alone and protect your reputation. All right. Then my other tip is to do what generates revenue. Listen, this is a big one. I know a lot of side hustlers. As side hustlers, we really work in our jobs and not, like how you say, you work in the business and not on the business. Let me see how I wrote it. Yeah, so a lot of people are working in their business and not necessarily on their business. And the reality is we don't have that luxury or privilege, especially as side hustlers. You have to work in the business. So it's literally like a second job that you're taking on. And because you're working in the business, you're doing everything. You're writing the invoice, you're doing the actual job and everything. And it comes back to this point where you have to figure out the tasks that you want to outsource, delegate, or areas you want to ask for help with, right? And so, as I said, only do what generates revenue. Focus, I should say, more on the things that generate revenue. So if your focus is graphic designing, and you have to do graphic designing plus accounting plus some other admin related stuff, you really want to focus more on really doing the graphic designing and admin stuff. And when you get bigger, or your side also grow into like a full-time thing, then you need to focus on getting other people to do those things for you. All right. And my fourth and final tip, which is to have a schedule. Guys, this is a very big one. So I don't think I was doing really badly at having a schedule. I literally had a schedule. I knew I had a 9 to 5, and I knew I had to dedicate and focus my 9 to 5 time, which is from 9 literally to 5. But of course, as I mentioned earlier, some days will be more demanding, some seasons are more demanding, and when you know things are more demanding, schedule are gonna shift, things are gonna change. And so what I want to talk about in terms of schedule is to determine the best time you want to work on your side hustle, whether it's early in the morning before work or late at night after work, or you can do it both ways. You can do it in the mornings and you can do it in the evenings, but have a schedule, set a time. So for me right now, my schedule is pretty much from 7 to 10. right? I know that from 7 to 10 in the evenings during the weekday, that's my time to work on my side also, and literally nothing else should take that place. So guys, if you are someone who knows that you like to hang out and party, or whether not party time now based on the whole season or the whole what's going on, but if you know you're someone who dedicate time for other things, then you literally, as I said, create a schedule around when you're going to have your own me time, when you're going to have your hangout time, and when you're going to have your side hustle time. Very, very important. You want to have a schedule. And to help you with your schedule, you want to look at your calendar. Your calendar is a very big thing. You want to look at upcoming projects for your 9 to 5 and upcoming projects in your personal life, because things will happen and things will change pretty much. So yes, have a schedule. Can't stress it enough, because I've literally sucked at this, but I've gotten better, of course. So those are just some of my tips in terms of having a schedule. In terms of having a schedule as well, I should mention, if you set a time or have a schedule to work on your side also, you want to focus on that side also and nothing else. So don't put in a party time or slot in friend time in your work schedule, because literally, if you're working on the side hustle, you're not doing just because you want extra bread. You probably want to eventually evolve or grow that side hustle in a full-time business, so take it really serious, right? And I take my side hustle very serious. I mean, as I said, I've had my own mishaps, my own failures, but I take it very seriously because it has really helped me to identify my strengths, and I've found my sweet spot. And you want to check out that video if you want to learn how to find a sweet spot in side hustling. So yes guys, I am really excited to share these tips, and if you have any tips in terms of time management generally, please share. But the 4 things I want you to take away from this video is: 1, you need to prioritize. 2, be very realistic about the goals and set very clear expectations. 3, do what generates revenue in your business. And 4, have a schedule. Until next time guys, bye.